Does body count matter?
I feel like I have to say no because I have a higher body count and like I feel like it doesn't. I don't know. I just feel like you just go off the vibes. Like I don't know. What's like really high to you?
Let's just say over 100.
Over 100. I
Yeah.
don't hear the story. It's like why?
Is that high to you first off?
Yes. No. Over 100 is high to me.
Are you willing to share your body count?
No.
Is it over 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's under 100, but it's over 10.
Okay, that's a good that's a good answer actually.
Greetings and salutations, my brothers. Welcome to the ministry. On today's episode, we are looking at the deeply concerning aftermath of the modern woman as her hypocrisy is exposed when it comes to the subject of her body count. For the last few years, promiscuity has been encouraged by modern women. They are told to go out, have as much fun with as many people as possible as they want, and then, once they realize they've run out of time, they will hide their history from these men in a last-ditch effort to get a committed relationship. And when the subject is brought up, they will immediately dismiss a man's concerns, as her ability to refuse accountability is about as easy as her ability to allow Chad into her bedroom. But before we begin, if you haven't already, we kindly encourage you to subscribe to the Ministry of Masculinity. As we descend further and further into the depths of madness, the importance of having masculine men who can keep their minds and bodies cool in the midst of the chaos is growing more and more apparent by the day. The reality couldn't be any clearer. There are evil forces that want us weak, docile, and subservient. And the biggest way to push back is to simply say, no. And the response will show more and more cracks in their foundations. We need to build each other up, my brothers, because the very fibers of reality are ripping apart, and the true nature of the powerful are showing their faces. We need to encourage men to embrace their masculinity as well as their individuality. It's the strongest thing a man can do in this world. Now, on to today's video.
A high body count for women is not a good thing. That's what they say, right? High body count, not good, not good. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. But I will tell you one thing. Why are you telling them your body count? Are you in an interrogation? What's happening? What's happening that you're so liberal with your life and your past? Have some mystery, have some mystique, baby. If you choose to go on the train of sleeping with every man and then you regret it, just don't tell anyone. You don't have to. No one will know. Okay? Now, probably a better solution is to be more decisive with who you sleep with. I agree with that. If you watch my channel, you will know that. Because we don't let anybody in. We don't just let anybody in. I'm very big on that. But if we've made that mistake, who's asking you? Who is asking you? You don't always have to be honest.
Regardless of how they try to pick apart the truth, modern women know that they're past maters. It matters so much that they will take great offense to anyone who questions their body count. They will get angry, hurl insults, and do everything they can to not have to ask this incredibly reasonable question. After all, they said it themselves. If their past doesn't matter, then why should they have a problem answering the question? Why keep it a secret if it doesn't matter? And the answer is simple. They know it matters. And they think sweeping it under the rug will somehow make it magically not exist. The problem is, you can't hide a body under a rug. Everybody knows it's there, and by not openly owning up to it, they are telling on themselves that they are not to be trusted, and the omission of the truth is their last-ditch effort. Because they know what they did was wrong. They just won't own up to it.
The only person that cares about a body count is an insecure person that's interested in you, but not in the count. Let me explain. The only reason these people care is because they're comparing themselves to people in your past, whether they know them or not. It's just more people from your past that they have to compete with. So it's not really them that has a problem with it, it's their ego. The truth is, this number doesn't matter and won't matter to your right person. And just know 99.9% of the time, if you ask someone their body count, they're gonna lie. Why? Because it's none of your damn business. So stop asking body counts. You look pathetic. The past is in the past. Level up. See you on the next one.
If there is one lie that modern women were sold, It's the idea that her life should be full with as much fun and as much experience as possible. She needs to go out, make money, travel, and have her fun before she's supposed to settle down with a man and live a boring life. But there's a problem with that. Bedroom fun is supposed to be an emotional and physical bond between two people, and the more partners she has in the bedroom, the less likely she is able to share that connection. She will constantly be comparing that man to other people who did the deed better. She will never be satisfied, and it will build up resentment to the point where she will no longer want to sleep with the man who dedicated his life to her because she will think he's unworthy of her. Which means she is punishing an innocent man for the sins of her own past. Which is not only unfair, it's also abusive.
If I'm being honest, body count really does not matter. Because in my opinion, body count is like a job. Let's say you have 4 or 5 previous references, right? And your boss speaks highly of you. You're gonna get the job. You know, that's okay, because now you have high expectations and hopefully you meet them. But let's say you have like over 100, then questions start arising. Like, you couldn't keep a job for a long period of time? Did you struggle to stay committed to the job? Or did you get fired for doing a bad job at your job? You know? But at the same time, let's say you're applying to a job and you have 0 experience, and the job you want to get requires some experience. You're probably gonna get overlooked. Yeah. So yeah, that's my opinion on body count.
Modern women always thinks that more is better. If a woman goes out with 200 men, that means she's a dating expert. If she's been married 3 times, then she's a marriage expert. And if she has slept with over 15 men, that makes her an intimacy expert. But in terms of human pair bonding, it's the polar opposite. If a man and woman are truly dedicated to each other, they mold their lives to accommodate the other. And that can't be done if the woman has had multiple failed relationships. She will be too bitter, too set in her ways, and too focused on getting all of her wants and needs that it comes to the point where she will resent the man for wanting anything. There was a reason why a woman had to be a virgin before marriage. And it's the same reason why society and the modern women themselves frown upon this blatant promiscuity. And they are completely blind to the mental damage it's caused them. And that's going to do it for today's video, my brothers. If you found yourself enjoying this content, then we hope we have earned your subscription to the Ministry of Masculinity. Be sure to like this video and share with as many of our fellow brothers as you can as well. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode of the Ministry of Masculinity.